Virgo, welcome to your bonus in-depth reading that is Celtic Cross. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. With the Celtic Cross read, with any read, take what resonates, leave what does not. And do keep in mind this is about your collective's core energy read. So, that being said, there's a good chance I'll see a them or they pop up, but it's not about a them or they, is it? No. It's about your energetic reaction, your perception, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, so on and so forth. But yeah, as it resonates, and then of course reverse energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say, they may not resonate at all, which I know is incredibly frustrating, but it's also normal. If that happens, check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Alrighty, boo. What's up for Virgo? What's going on, please, for Virgo? What's going on, please, for Virgo? Okay, first card down. Two of Swords. Crossing, King of Pentacles. Okay, crowning, Page of Swords. We need more insight on the situation, I understand. Three of Swords is in the past. Exiting, Knight of Wands. Before you, the Hierophant. Okay, Strengths, Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. In the environment, beautiful. The Magician, Hopes and Fears. Outcome, the Ace of Cups. You have a couple of concepts that are leaning towards new. But it's interesting. You're like, I don't know what to make of it. Two of Swords. I don't know. Two of Swords in crowning. I don't know. Left, right, A, B. What to do. Choices. All right. A little bit of Two of Swords is normal, but we want to work through it, right? That way we can make good on our choices, because it seems like you have a couple. And King of Pentacles is crossing you. You're looking at it in terms of practicality, as one might expect for Virgo. Practically speaking, what are my best options here? What am I looking at exactly? What can I best invest in that represents me and my worth? Page of Swords is crowning again. We need more insights on this. We need stronger reflection. Okay. More learning, more insight is needed, right? Because I want you to make a good decision. You do too. Three of Swords is in the past. I know you know what it is to be met with rejection and disappointment. I know you know what it is for things just to not work out. Okay. And there's something at play in your current world, too, that kind of puts you in this position, rather nudging you about how to move forward, proceed. For many of you, the answer is simply new job, opportunity, pathway. For others of you, love, okay? For some of you, a little bit of both, maybe. Knight of Wands is on the exit, that sense of impulsivity, moving too fast, being a little hot-headed. He's like, those days are behind me. I need a nice level-headed decision in present day. And before you is the Hierophant. What do I believe in? What do I stand up for? You know, what are my own core beliefs that should be a good reflection of my decision-making? What do I commit to? And for some of you, it's a commitment. But I see you posing yourself, or with yourself, the sense of question. Okay. We don't want to act too fast. We definitely want to make good choices here, right? We just need to know that this is our opportunity. But whatever it is I choose, I want to stand up for and believe in it, first and foremost. If someone's joining in that space, okay, perhaps we'll see that as well. Ace of Pentacles is in your strengths. You're like, I know how to make good on new opportunities. I know what they mean. I do. And you believe in them, and you believe in them for yourself, too, which is good. Ten of Cups in your environment, that's beautiful. Beautiful, lovely, emotional support, you know? You believe in it. It's one of your core beliefs, is to kind of have a happy, healthy, inner circle. It doesn't really matter how many people are in there. It's the quality that counts. So that's beautiful to see that in your environment. The Magician and the Hopes and Fears. Okay, given how you opened, I would say that's fair. Am I manifesting, am I desiring, am I pulling in from the universe the correct thing, the correct choices? I suppose you'll see. Do I know what I want, right? Okay. Do I declare it? Do I dare declare it? Do I get a little more comfortable owning it, manifesting it? And if so, is it correct? Ace of Cups and the outcome. Well, something's happening. Something's happening. Virgo, honey. Yeah, that's why I get paid the big bucks there, because I say things like that. Stuff is happening, Let me know if you can resonate with that. Stuff is happening. Two of Swords. No, I'm glad though, because it suggests that we got out of that space of indecision and I don't know, or I don't know enough to, okay, I'm asking for things. I'm feeling a little more comfortable asking for things. I can see myself doing this, that, and the other. All right. Two of Swords in present day. What's up? Let's see that Two of Swords. Ace of Wands, the Sun, the Empress. Oh, okay, we're talking to somebody and you're expressing, look, I want to be happy. I want to feel more secure. I want to feel more empowered. But right now I'm kind of in a place of stuck light. Two of Swords, you know, it's not that bad. It's still manageable. It suggests we have a decision to make at all. We put things off, we delay, and then we go into, you know, a higher category. 7, 8, 9 of Swords. So like I said, Two of Swords is pretty manageable, at least for Virgo I'm looking at this point. Eight of Wands, the Sun, the Empress. You've been expressing yourself more and more these days. I want to be happier. I want to feel more fulfilled. I want to feel more personally developed and enriched, and I want to deepen my roots. I want what I do to mean something. It's not just about having a job or a way of life. Okay. It's more than just this kind of adopted attitude of stability and all is well. I want to know that what I'm doing has meaning here with the Empress. And there's a strong belief that I want to give in a way that makes me happy, but also productive. So it kind of goes beyond that sense of my world and how it's being shaped. And how do I answer that question? What does that mean for me? What are my choices? Because we're thinking about it now. King of Pentacles. You know what it is to stabilize. You know what it is to be responsible. You know what it is to be head of household. But am I happy? Am I fulfilled? Am I the happiest Virgo I can be? Because we've been questioning this lately. It goes beyond coin. It's more like a way of life, sense of prosperity and fulfillment, in a more personal role. In a more personal way, and then also in a role. King of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Two of Cups, and Devil. But we're afraid. We're afraid that we won't receive the support we need. Quite afraid. Very. There's a sense of blockage in there. That if I try to do more for myself or ask for more, I'll be denied in some way. Okay. Nine of Wands, Two of Cups, the Devil. That's a lot of fear in there. Terrified we're not going to receive proper support. Encouragement. And it kind of lends back to our own kind of personal fears that there's nothing left to do or achieve. We're fine just where we are. So you're not talking to yourself, by the way. You're talking to somebody. You're giving positive indicators that you want more for yourself. It's a good thing. The Sun and the Empress, that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. There's the conversation, Eight of Wands. You want a more satisfying role. It looks like you're talking to someone who's kind of feeding your worst fears, but what if it doesn't work out, or what if it doesn't do as well as you think it does? It doesn't provide as well, or it's not as stable as you think it is. Because the King of Pentacles is questioning this. Like I said, I don't think you're talking to yourself there. It feels like you're talking to someone, and it's not coming across as encouragement to me. I have a conversation here that's kind of playing into your worst fears about why you should keep things as they are. Page of Swords is crowning. Let's take a look at that. Let's see that Page of Swords, please. Five of Cups, Three of Wands, the Ten of Swords. There's fear here of missing out. But it's in such an absent-minded way. Small-minded way. Fear of missing out. Five of Cups, Three of Wands, Ten of Swords, waiting for other opportunities, another way in life. It hurts. Things don't just fall in our lap. I get that. No, they don't. More often than not, they don't. We will often have divine time and connectivity points that are terribly inconvenient when they happen. But for the most part, we're striking out on our own and doing something and finding something more meaningful to ourselves. Well, that's often something we have to work our way into and feel good about. Five of Cups, Three of Wands, Ten of Swords. So you've done the thing where we've kind of let opportunities, goals, work stuff, maybe love just pass us by, and it sucks. You know, kind of said, that's not for me. I can't see myself in that. In a way, it hurts. But also sensing there's a dissatisfaction there. Kind of tired of watching the same concept fly by us. Can't help but wonder if we can do more for ourselves, participate in life in a different way, something that's a little more meaningful. But you've done it. You've done the not now, not now. I'm not going to look into this right now. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you're glad that you haven't opened up to everything. But there's some things that you might have legitimately have looked into, maybe felt good about. But that kind of sense of letting things pass you by and declining caught up to you a little bit. A little bit of fear of missing out in there. And waiting, and how much more time is going to go by until I find the right thing or the right opportunity just shows up. And I can kind of see where someone challenges your present thoughts and words, it plays into those fears. It's okay to stay where you're at. Maybe there aren't any big adventures left out there. Maybe you're fine just where you are. And the energy coming back from me is like, well, maybe you're right. Because you've had those same thoughts, right? Three of Swords in the past. I'm smiling because I got a little thought, and I'm trying to tell the little thought to be quiet. But it might, there's a good chance it's going to be said at some point. So I'm just going to hold on to it for now. Okay. All right, Three of Swords in the past. Okay. The Fool. Yeah, I had a feeling I was going to see that. King of Swords, the Hanged Man. Yeah, there it is. Delayed decisions. Delayed new beginnings. We're afraid of them. We give ourselves a lot of room there to talk ourselves out of them. Right? I see the background for it. You're not alone. But it does seem like you have someone attached to you who plays into your fears. My little Virgo over there is getting nice and cozy-wozy. She curls up like in a perfect ball. It's one of the reasons I call her Cinnabon. It's because when she curls up, she looks like the perfect little swirl of the Cinnabon, actual bun. Literally, even the tan color of the swirl cinnamon. And right now she's perfectly curled up in the little corner right where the curtains are. I guess she just likes the way they feel. I don't know. But they brush against her, so I guess it feels good. Anyway, that's my little Virgo. Cinnamon is. Yes. Anyway, yeah, no, in the past I see that we're kind of like from a space of being logical and rational. No. Hold on. You're asking me to be the fool. I'm asking myself to be the fool. Hold on new beginnings. Hold on. Time out. In my experience, not everything's so great. Three of Swords. And that's why I think some of you have developed a kind of Page of Swords attitude towards new beginnings. It's like, I don't want to look into that too deeply. Okay. It may not work out. I don't want to get too attached to a particular idea. And because we looked at new beginnings and things like that from that point of view of negativity, uncertainty, and hesitation, it kind of allowed us to develop fear around the subject, and it was best to kind of put it off. And then here we see how we've experienced new beginnings. They're not all that great. Sometimes they're quite disappointing. So we always kind of pause and put that off. And again, it's kind of developed an appetite of fear of missing out, because it's like, do I still have that energy in me? That I could be doing and saying and acting in accordance to something so much more. Something that feels a lot more like me in work and in love, or I don't quite know. In goals. In my most developed, empowered, happy self. Why do I still question that? Why do I still kind of ache for more? And why is it I'm always kind of looking around and I'm like, I dismiss this and I dismiss that, and in a way I kind of mourn it when I act like that or think like that, or rather don't allow myself to act on my ideas or my feelings. Okay, this is all leading up to something. You're showing me this for a reason. Knight of Wands is on the exit. Okay. The sense of just taking off, being impulsive, being a little hothead. I understand. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Knight of Wands. It's hard to imagine you being a little hothead. I think for at least for the Virgo I'm looking at, perhaps once upon a time you identified as such. And that's where your fear of new beginnings or just being open comes from. Judgment. Four of Pentacles. Oh, the Hermit. There you are. Yeah. Had a couple of lessons there. Had a couple of lessons. Know the difference between striking when the iron is hot and just taking off and being impulsive. Yeah, we had some lessons in that. You. That directly involve you. Know the difference between being impulsive and that sense of timing is right. Kind of like in that respect of the energy exiting, it's kind of hard to tell the difference anymore. Between, is this just going to inflate me now, temporarily, and then disappoint me later? Or is this something of significance and value to me now, and I should try to work with it now, and learn from it now, put energy into it now? To discern that. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why this is coming up. Something's pressing on you hard now to make change. And it's not change because you have to. That's easy. It's the trickier kind of change. Change because you want to. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Hierophant before we switch over. That's the harder kind of change. Oh, but it can be the most beautiful kind. The most rewarding kind. When we go the extra mile, not because we have to, not because we're motivated by some sort of reward or paycheck, because we want to go the extra mile for ourselves. Because we still have that kind of energy tied to ourselves. It says, I'm worth it. I'm worth some change. I'm worth perceiving myself differently, believing in myself. Aren't I worth these things, Virgo? Ace of Swords, stuck. Queen of Wands, the Hierophant. It looks like I have someone connected to you, and that's fine. The Hierophant's there twice. You might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. And then also it could be seeing the height of energies now whilst we're in Taurus season. Yeah, I have someone connected to you. And the energy kind of remains stuck. It's going like a stuck. You know how the ping pong ball is supposed to go back and forth between two players, like so? Okay? It's stuck. It's suspended right there between two folks. So I don't know who this is that's connected to you. It's a person of importance. We value this person's opinion. Okay. And bare minimum, there is a sense of spiritual loyalty here. You know, whatever it is I do with my life in small ways or big ways, I bare minimum run it by this person. And that's the person who I'm just like, I'm gonna tamp down my. I kind of wish that they would. I want the nice version of saying shut up. But I kind of wish that they would be quiet. If they can't be supportive, I wish they'd be a little more quiet, because they do seem to play into your fears of what if I have an impression. It's like, oh, you're too. I'm not saying you are. I have an impression. It's kind of like the negativity feeding into it. Oh, you're too old to make changes like this, or you're too old to do anything different, to believe in anything different. And they're talking about you. You, like you're too old to change or be empowered. So it might come across as situational or circumstantial. Oh, you're too old to make changes in this areas of your life or our life. I don't know how they're connected to you. But you kind of go, yeah. But we've passed a lot of stuff up. At what point are you allowed to say yes? At what point are you going to give yourself permission to say yes? To your changes. To your own sense of development and self and empowerment. For the self. So I can definitely see where someone's halted their opinion giving any more to this. And it remains kind of stuck here between these two folks. Okay. It looks like it went from mild discouragement, perhaps fear-based discouragement, to just, well, I've said what I said. And energies just kind of stay right there stuck. Okay. There doesn't seem to be any more room for the subject. A little stalemate-ish right there. I don't care for that. Because the subject's not over. It's not over for you. It's about you. So whose opinion, good opinion, are you officially waiting on? Theirs or yours? You know? Ace of Pentacles is in your strengths. I can see where you put off being the fool in the past. And there you are at the Page of Swords, and you're looking at stuff that it's like, oh, man, I might have had that, but it's okay. But you also get that kind of reassurance, though. See how that didn't work out? I was justified not to participate in that. Okay? So that you're not wrong. But at what point are you allowed to say yes and find what does work for you? You know? Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Man, there's something here that we would like to open up towards. It looks good. It feels good. It's some sort of brand new opportunity. It's a strength. It would be a strength to open up towards it specifically. It would take also strength from the heart. Page of Wands, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups. It looks light. It looks lovely. It looks supportive. It looks encouraging. I believe this is what you want. I believe this is the support you would desire to pursue an Ace of Pentacles. Simple, basic, lovely, emotional support. You wish whoever this is would give that to you. Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, that's pretty basic. And by that I mean it's pretty basic emotional support package. This is what you want to do. It suits you. I would love that for you. What can we do to make this happen? How can I help you? How can I support you? Because you would see that Ace of Pentacles at brand new beginning as a strength, and I don't disagree with you. I think it would very much be a strength. But you want it to be an opportunity to express one's love and be open towards it. I want you to encourage me. I want you to support me. You got met with fears. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure this person has a point of view. I'm not looking at their point of view. What I don't like is, ooh, worst case scenario, Virgo. I'm not saying no, but I'm giving you all the reasons why you should consider it or shoot it down. And that's where it was kind of left, you know? I hope the energy gets there and that you receive the support you need. But again, I think at some point we cross that threshold of you're looking for a we response, and it needs to be perhaps more of an I response. Okay. But yeah, no, I would love it. I would love it if you received the support you need for that Ace of Pentacles. I really would. Because there's something here, it seems, that you would like to open up towards. You've turned down so many opportunities. You said, no, now's not the time. We had to deal with some serious fear of missing out. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Man, you very much desire for new, very much. And the thing is that you also desire simultaneously approval, emotional approval, support, love. Okay? I understand that. And I know you tempered yourself. You're saying my days of just acting on my own or in my own best interest, that's over. But also with that decline of energy was that sense of knowing when and where and how something is in your best interest. And that the energy you feel for that isn't necessarily wrong, but it's kind of like saying this is my calling, this is my time. So two has exited that recognition, that window of openness or opportunity. I want you to talk to your inner circle, those folks who go beyond this one kind of stuck-ish connection. Okay? And get their opinions then. If, for the Virgo I'm looking at, your approval in that space of love is so important to you, I'm going to encourage you then to go outside of what I saw here, that kind of stuck at that Hierophant energy, where nothing has shifted or changed, except that there's a sense of loyalty and sharedness in that respect about opinion and regard on this subject. Or at least that's the idea. So I would beseech you to look towards your inner circle, family, friends, whoever's in there. It's not a popularity contest. These are the people that we have in our lives. Not just because we're related to them, but by choice. We would seek their counsel and love and support. Okay? Because apparently that's where you need to find it. There's something here that means a lot to you. Or rather, you feel it could do. Okay? So if you need that approval, let's go outside this person and their limited opinion. Okay? You expressed... I have a problem. I have a problem because you expressed something important and it was not so subtly shot down. You've seen lots of things pass you by already. You've done that. You've done that. And you're right, not everything works out. That's true. But that's where you were supposed to discern that difference between this is cool, I want to take a look at this, and throw my whole life into it, versus I authentically understand this is right for me, and I understand this is crossing my timeline now because I'm meant to make good on it. How long has it been since you allowed yourself to make good on an opportunity that you knew unequivocally was correct for you, with or without someone else's input? I understand we can't always be the fool. No, I get that. But there's something here that's important to you now. And you're saying, I need to see it reflected back in someone else. Tell me I'm not crazy. Tell me I have support in this. Tell me I'm good. I would be good with this. Tell me. And this person's like, I'm not saying you wouldn't be good at it. I'm just saying, like, do you need this though? Doesn't seem to be very practical right now. And who knows, it may not work out. Perhaps change where you seek counsel, you know? All right, moving on. The Magician and the Hopes and Fears, yes. The Magician with Temperance. Two of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Yeah, you got to know that you want this for you. I can't... Yeah, there's only so many ways I can say it. I'm kind of limited. I used to speak pretty decent German. And Latin, too. But not so much. Like always, it's language skill. It's a lot like a muscle. Once you stop using it, you lose it. So I'm working with English here, and sometimes very bad English. I understand, but I've run out of ways to say it. You have to understand that this is what you want. You have to get consolidated on this. You should trust your manifestation after all these years. With Temperance, Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups. You're going to need to lead on this one. By all means, I don't change my advice. I'm strongly advising you to not injure counsel with this person's energy. Their point of view is theirs, and that's projection, by the way. I don't know if I pointed that out. I apologize. A perceived sense of failure, just assuming to not engage with anything new because it will fail, and that's their fear. And they're kind of playing into yours. You know, things that didn't work out, that's life. A lot of things don't work out. We can have careers for years and decades, and then the rug gets pulled out from underneath our feet. Same is true for relationships, family dynamics, anything in life. So that's where we have to discern, learn to discern. Am I making the best possible decision that I can based on what I know, what I feel, and what I kind of more or less roughly understand about desire and timing and correctness for myself? There's no one straightforward shot or solution. You can hedge your bets, you know? But at the end of the day, we're talking about something that's ultimately going to rest with you. I don't want you to have any more fear of missing out because someone's not totally approving based on their fears. That once more they're pressing into yours. I'm not cool with that. So I can get a surprisingly sensitive response from the Virgo collective. So I said I try to be a little more cool with it. That's your protective quality that comes out. Okay. Yeah, but no, the Magician of Hope Sphere is Temperance, Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups. You should trust yourself by now. You've had lots of time. Many of you put off things, said no to things. The right thing will come. The right thing will come. Well, something's here. I don't know if it's the right thing. I can't guarantee that. No one can. I just see the way you react to it and the love you wish you had to support it so you would feel more comfortable pursuing it. Okay, so that's why I said seek counsel outside of this. We would call that family and friends. Okay. And then also trust yourself more. That's all. All right. Ace of Cups is in the outcome. That's interesting because you showed me the dynamics of realistic endeavors and goals and things like that. Pathway. With the Ace of Pentacles. But a strong sense of emotional attachment and possibility. So for some of you, this represents different things. A combination too. All right. Ace of Cups. I'll have to share a picture on Facebook eventually about what she looks like when she's wrapped up perfectly. She looks just like a cinnamon roll. She really does. I guess, or a donut. Like an original no-glaze donut, I suppose. It's so sweet. It's so cute. Okay. Well, 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands. I had a feeling. Mm-hmm. Where did we last see the 9 of Wands, Virgo, honey? It's in this mess. Like an absolute mess. There they are. That original support system right here. El Original. I see the Virgo you want to be. You expressed it. Someone's like, yeah, how about that? And then I'm just going to twiddle thumbs. I told you my opinion. I guess everything else is on you. All I can tell you, it's not a threat, so don't take it just one. For many of you, you're not here yet. You're right about here where the stuckness, where there's no new insights on the situation. Yeah, with the Hierophant energy twice. Out there in the future, that Ace of Cups, that which you strive for, I told you to seek counsel outside of this, and I hope you do. That's still a choice that rests with you. They're there, whoever they are, you're in a circle. You would know who they are. It's up to you to open up to them. I do see them as being a source for you to discuss realistically the Ace of Pentacles and what it means to you. But again, only you can choose that. Okay? I'm advising you. Whether or not you'll choose it, that's up to you. I hope that you do. Because at some point, you're going to have the nerve to push back on this person. If you don't support me, I'm going to go somewhere where I am supported. Ace of Cups, 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands. The nerve. The nerve to be angry with you as you walk away from their efforts to continue to block you or shoot you down. Yeah, so my only real thought on them originally was they need to turn down that voice. They need to turn down the volume on that negativity, maybe. What you're asking for is not a lot. Some support, love, encouragement. To see things from your point of view. I've stood idly by, letting things pass me by. And for what? Because we told ourselves now wasn't a good time. Fine. Something wasn't quite right. Time. Okay. The times are uncertain right now. Yeah, those are all fears. I've played into every single one of them. I've missed out on a lot. And I had my poor opinions and I allowed yours to play into that. That's my bad. But I don't want you to keep pushing in on them anymore. This is what I need. I'm at that point now where I'm telling other people in my life that are important to me what this means to me. And I'm getting support. I need to trust myself. Temperance. I've had enough time to consolidate my energies. I know what I want to do now. I'm not getting what I need here. I will get it from other people who actually care about me and can see the good in this and can see the good in me. And they would tell me to increase my quality of life because I can. To do the best I can because it means something to me. Not tell me to shoot it down and to play into my worst fears. I won't. Guess what? That got old. Listening to that same record got old. Oh, surprise, surprise. Yeah, it does get tiresome. And you don't want to hear it anymore from yourself either. Which means your energy shifted from this used to give you what you needed. That sense of staying in check. It's not what you need anymore. So in many respects, you outgrew that in and of itself. You want to lean towards that which can fulfill you. They keep up the antics of rejecting and not hearing you. You walk. That's all I see. It does cause an argument, as one might expect. This is someone, I don't know who this is to you. It may not be a spouse. I have no clue. This is someone who is recognizing, or rather I should say failing to recognize changes in their person, their partner, their relationship, their connection, their dynamic. It says, wait, you're trying to change? No. Can't have that. Stay down here. This is where I recognize us and our dynamic. And you're like, but it kind of sucks. I don't like this tune anymore. No. You get back down. So when we're in some sort of connected relationship that suggests loyalty or core dynamics of commitment and values, certain opinions, when one or two people change, they need to recognize that in each other. And if it's for the positive, they should be building each other up, not insisting on driving sideways or even worse, down. I see you trying to change and saying this whole thing where I stand by and see things pass me by. I don't want to keep doing that. Please support me. Okay, I can't get that from you. Guess what? There's other people in my life who care about me. Maybe I'll get their opinion. But eventually, Virgo, honey, you're going to have to act in your own right. And I do see that happening. So I can't say that whatever this is wasn't given ample warning to open up and support, or eventually their energy was going to stop being welcome. It stands to reason. Good. Like I said, you shifted and changed. It's kind of like you went from a recognizable, unhealthy space in that it got repetitive with the fears, to you wanting to challenge that because you know it's not true. You know it's not true for you. It's like, I'm not done developing. I want to do more. I feel it. And I'm sick of this holding myself back based on fears crap. I outgrew it. Recognize it. You know? Stop giving me reasons about why I should hold myself back. That time for me is over. Give me reasons to propel myself forward, because that's where I want to go these days. More than these days. Now, I don't know where that too old thing came from. It was very specific, but I don't care for it. That's kind of what I felt was like, you're too old for change. You're too old to change your path or look at yourself differently. Bull shit. And that's my professional opinion. You're never too old. Honey, one of the favorite people I ever worked with, bless him, he was like 90-something when he went back to school to finish his degree. You're never too old to do anything. You can just either get more scared or more open. Make that choice and make it now. You've been told to wait, and right now you're in that space of waiting right now. What changes the dynamic a little bit, at least for you, is your willingness to better understand your manifestation and your willingness to communicate that importance of Ace of Pentacles to other people who are not this. When that is, I don't know. Sometime after Taurus season. That's for some of you. Let go. Don't stop. There's something here for which we need to let go. The old thinking, the old processing, the old ideologies and fears. And don't stop. You're not done. I've seen it. Okay. Here's going to be one of the longer ones. That's okay. That's what we needed. I believe that's what the reading needed. Oh, I believe that so-called promised rain I was complaining about. Was it last Sunday? I don't know, honey. It might finally be upon us. Number 10, out of the woods. You've made it through. What renews? I'm sorry, not renews. What newness is emerging? Yes, darling. Very good. What newness is emerging? You are changing. I'm sorry you're not connected to someone who recognizes it, honors it, or respects it. They have their own things they need to deal with. Number 35. Turn your worry into wonder. Surrender to the experience. What possibilities can you dream into reality? Very good. We have the letters K, E, L, F, U. We have the medallion of Aries in the reverse, the keyword here being courageous. You're braver than you know. You also might have some very strong Aries in your chart, can be connecting to, or the season might be important to you. And then we have the fox. You're clever. And you're quick too. The energy hasn't left you. You can act quick, think quick, and do quick when you want to. Okay, Virgo honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.